meet my bride. Let's go for a ride in my newfangled automobile. Just where we will go, nobody knows, but it's sure a great way to feel. Behind the wheel of the speed meter steel, it's my newfangled automobile.
Hello and welcome to Vintage Car History. I'm Wild Bill. In 1898, the Automobile Club of France organized a group of folks to officiate the World Land Speed Record. Within a year, the first car built specifically to set the record did so. In his electric torpedo-looking car, never content, Camille Janotze was the first to exceed 100 kilometers per hour, and ever since, people have been building cars for pure speed in a straight line. And one of those cars designed to set the land speed record is still out driving today, though it never actually set the record. So let's take a look at the Beast of Turin. The Beast of Turin was everything that Jeremy Clarkston could ask for. Should the engine be bigger? Yes. Should it be impossible to drive? Yes. But seriously, in the first decade of the 20th century, the whole idea of making the fastest car under ideal conditions fascinated many car enthusiasts around the world. Now, in 1909, the Benz company had made a handful of cars specifically engineered to take that record, the Blitzen Benzes, and they successfully captured the world land speed record, clocking a bit over 115 miles an hour over 1 mile. Fiat decided that they wanted the record, and in 1910 built 2 cars for that purpose in their Turin factory, which they designated as the S76, but would be eventually known as the Beast of Turin. One they used to go for the record themselves. The other was built and sold to Prince Boris Sukharov at the Imperial Russian Court. Designed specifically to set a new world land speed record, they truly earned their Beast moniker. At that time, going fast meant getting more power to the ground. There are 2 ways to make an engine more powerful. One is to configure the engine for more power through design features like overhead cams and valves, turbochargers, and other such things. The other is to take what engine you have and just make it bigger. Fiat took the latter route and made a straight 4-cylinder L-head of colossal size, 28.4 liters. Each cylinder was the size of a Chrysler V8 Magnum. These 2 engines put out about 300 horsepower, huge power, in 1910. The design team at Fiat also made efforts to streamline the body to help cut through the air and use thin metal for the body to help save weight. A 4-speed gearbox brought power to the rear wheels via chains. Drum brakes were also fitted to the rear wheels only. Solid axles front and back and not much suspension. She was meant for pure speed in a straight line, and to do it in a manner that will terrify both the driver and anyone else involved in the spectacle. Felice Nazzaro would try out the Beast in 1910, but found its short 145-inch wheelbase and narrow wheels made it dangerous at speed. The following year, Prince Boris hired a driver to try for the record at Brooklands with his S76, but the driver also didn't trust the car at speed, so it never went faster than 90 miles an hour. The prince hired a different driver and tried again in 1913 with limited success. Driven by Arthur Durre, the Beast did manage 132 miles an hour on 1 run. But by then, the world record-setting rules required that after setting their time, their cars have 1 hour to turn around and return down the same path at speed, and then calculate the average speed on both passes. Well, Arthur was unable to make the return trip in time, so that speed, though impressive, was never actually recognized in the World Land Speed Record official registry. The Prince's Beast was disassembled at some point during the First World War, the chassis somehow winding up in Australia. Fiat's Beast survived the war, but crashed during some practice laps in the 1920s and was disassembled. The various pieces and parts of these 2 beasts were scattered all over the globe, and it would have ended there were it not for one man, Duncan Pittaway. It was some 20 years ago that Mr. Pittaway, a well-known British antique automotive enthusiast, decided to resurrect the Beast of Turin. For years, he gathered every engineering drawing, eyewitness report, photograph, and parts of the original cars that he could get his hands on. Eventually, he had a correct engine and chassis, and after fabricating much of what was missing based on his research, the Beast of Turin once again came to life on the road in 2015. Mr. Pittaway still drives the Beast to this day at various veteran car events across Britain and Europe. And when she's on a track at a race, when she passes by, the ground shakes. The roar of that massive engine penetrates the very rock. Hats off to Mr. Duncan Pittaway, not only for restoring this gem of a car, but for doing with it what it was designed to do: go really fast and scare and awe everyone involved in the process. Thanks for watching Vintage Car History, and I'll see you next week. Peace.